CBSE Computer Science with Python, Class 11, Unit 1, Computer Systems and Organization. From that, Session 2, Types of Software. This unit consists of 6 sessions are there. From that, we are going to see the types of software. This is the session, types of software. In this types of software, what are the contents? System software, that is operating systems, and as programming tools and language translators, and application software. All are in this types of softwares. And then coming to types of software, before going to see the software and its types, first see what is a computer. We know already computer is a electronic device. Computer is an electronic device, and it understand computer, what it understands mean computer understands only electrical pulses. So electrical pulses mean on and off. If the electric pulses is work in a working state, the pulses is, the electricity is flowing, means in a circuit it is on. If it is not, means it is not working. So that is on and off. So two states of pulses in electricity. So that is considered as a 1 and 0. So by basically these two characters, these two digits 1 and zeros are taken in the computers. Only these two characters are namely 1 and 0. This is known as a binary language we are used in the computer. Binary language is otherwise called as a machine language. We can call binary language as a machine language also. So these both 0 and 1. Why is zeros and ones means through electric signals it is working. So based on the electric flowing is working means it's 1. If it is off means it is 0. So by using this 1 and 0, it is called as a binary language. Binary language is otherwise known as machine language. So by using this two digits 0 and 1, the digits of binary language, so it is considered as binary digits. From that it's known as a bits, now termed as bits. Binary BR digits. Okay, bits means binary digits. BI from binary and ITS from digits, binary digits. So binary language consists of ones and zeros. We know all the characters are converted into ones and zeros. Typically in group of 8 or 16 bits. Minimum 8 or 16 bits used for storing characters and numbers. It will convert the characters into the binary and it will stores in the memory. So now we are moving on to software. What is software? A software is nothing but a set of instruction. Set of instructions are developed as a programs. Okay, we have to give some instruction to the computer regularly. So that instructions are framed as a programs. So collection of instruction is called as a program that governs the operation of a computers. So every time when we are initializing the software, some set of instruction has to be handled to perform some functions. So for interacting, so look at the pictures. To interacting with the hardware, system software is needed, and to interact with the user and application software is needed. So two types of software is needed: application software and system software. To run the hardware, system software is needed, and for the translating purpose also. We can see it in a next slide. First, types of software. Types of software is nothing but two types: system software and application software. So system software controls BIOS settings and operating system and device driver. and language processor. Application software means some of the applications we are installed in the computer like word processor, spreadsheet, presentation, database and many softwares we are installing. That is comes under the application software. And then what is system software? System software. A computer in a computer having a physical components. It having a collection of physical components. The components have some function is some function means it's nothing but some task to be performed. So such kind of functions, it will not automatically done by the physical components. We have to instruct and then only it performs the task. So that some instruction, these instructions are guided the computer system. So some instruction, these instructions are known as a program. So these kind of program collectively known as a system software. System software is nothing but to perform some task. It has to give some instruction to the physical components of the computer to perform some task. So some set of instructions. So nobody there to initialize these kinds of function so that the inbuilt OS it performs these kind of instructions and program. And system software controls all the internal activities inside a computer system and between all attached components of this computer system. It will control, system software is the head. It will controls internal activities. What are all the internal activities? Storage, reading, storage, some kind of functions, everything will be performed in the internal computer system, that all are controlled by the system software. And other than attached components also it will monitor. So what are the major activities by system software means? It's read data and instruction through the input devices. We are using the input devices such as keyboard, mouse, and then webcam. These kinds of input devices read the data. So it does these activities is performed by the system software. And after reading, it will translate to machine language. Okay, it translates all the data to the system so that the computer can understand and controls all devices attached to the computer system. And then which device has to perform this task, whether the storage device has to store the data and the translator had to translate. So these kind of activities, all the activities of the components is performed by the system software. And then after control which device has to act for this function, this task. Based on that it will control the device, and at the end it will process and generates the result in the output device such as screen, monitor. So it will display the result in the output. And operating systems. So system software is nothing but the OS, operating systems. Different kinds of OS are there: Windows, Ubuntu, Mac, Linux. So much of operating systems are there. Based on the computer setups and configuration, that type of operating systems are used. So what is this is a system, operating system is a system software that controls and coordinate the operations of a computer system. It provides interaction between user and the computer. Acts as a mediator between the user and the computer. It's installed on the hard disk. Hard disk is a permanent disk in the computer. The OS will stored on that hard disk or any other external storage device. So it can be installed from any other storage device. It is the first program to be executed on a computer after BIOS. So when the BIOS settings is started, this is the OS application, is the OS software is the first program the computer has to execute. Why the operating system is needed means it provides a software platform. on top of which other programs called application programs are run. So before, when you are opening some MS Office, PowerPoint, spreadsheet, database, these are application program. Before opening that, these operating system needs to provide some platform that's a ready state to run this application programs, softwares. So major functions of OS. Functions of OS. What is the functions? Device managers. See, what are all the device? Device means hardware. Any external hardware or internal hardware you are attached to the systems, it will manage the device. And memory allocation, memory manager. It manage different types of memories. And interface manager, so it provides a user interface. It's a mediator. As we know, operating system is a mediator between the user and the application software. And program manager, it provides a structure of accessing a application. But because we are using different kinds of application software, based on that accessing speed and accessing structure, it will provide a structure for that accessing. And task manager, enable users to manipulate programs and data. So we are simultaneously we are using so many applications, so many programs, data, executing speeds, everything it will control by using the task manager mode. And file manager, files, folders, directories, all are governed by the operating system. And network manager, network manager means it provides basic networking structures, LAN connection, internet connections, everything. Before installing the operating system, set up all these facilities, okay, when you on the system. And security manager, see, the smart OS also provides a minimal security, not the maximum, minimal security to the computer system through authorization, username and authentications. The unknown, without the password and username, no one can enter into your system, no one can on your system. That's kind of minimal security can given by the security manager in the OS. So what are all the functions means? Device manager, memory manager, interface manager, computer program manager, task manager, file manager, and network manager, security manager. These are the 8 managers or the functions of operating systems. What is user interface? See, it is a medium by which user interact with any software. Okay, this is the interface. It's a mediator. This interface may by text based on graphical based, or it may be a touch screen. So we can interact with by given inputs like such as text or images, graphical based, or you can touch the screen and you can interface with the software. So based on this user interface may be categorized as CUI, GUIs. Two types of interface are there: character user interface and graphical user interface. What is character user interface? These type of interface requires user to type each instruction on its prompt to send request to the computer. Like prompting. We are using AI, right? For giving data, we are Google searching outputs, right? This kind of sending request, keep on sending step by step request. The interface, this kind of character user interface will work. User must remember each command with the proper syntax to perform its operation. So, command with proper instruction has to be given. It is not very easy and user friendly. So, you know before the syntax and the proper commanding. So example of this type of interface was DOS, Disk Operating System. It is still available with Windows as a CMD program where we can type the DOS commands. So for the internal operating systems and systems, we are used to give the DOS commands. So according to understanding mode of the operating system, we have to give the commands. DOS is used in the Windows operating system. See this, this is the command prompt. C colon user win. This is the command prompt terminal. We can give the commands here. We can fetch the instruction. We can fetch the results of the system related results we can find here. And what is the graphical user interface? It is more user friendly interface. This is very often used by the users because CUI uses GUI which uses images, icons to represent the options and command. Okay, is a user friendly. See, compared to character user interface, it is a very user friendly because here we are using images and icons to represent the options. Various GUI components are used like labels, text, text box, command, buttons, checkbox, radio button, list box, combo box, password, field, menus, dialog box. So these kind of inbuilt graphical user components we can use. So GUI interface is event drive. That is, user must perform event like click, double click, and drag to trigger the actions. So when it's a simple, you just click, double click, and drag to perform some actions. Nowadays, every OS applications are GUI based. So GUI is a easy one because by seeing that what is needed before entering the commands, this is easy for you accessing. See, create account means this is the label. We can use what are the things needed. If you want a drop down list, radio box, radio label means we fixed one. Text box means the user has to enter the value, and drop down list means there is one icon. We can scroller is there. You can scroll and list out all the values. And radio button means on and off. You have to select one options, and the button means that coding or set of program has to be entered in this button. After entering all the things, and sign a button if you are entered means it will give some result. And coming to touch screen interface, a touch screen interface is a computer or mobile display. We are using a touch screen panel, right? Even in the laptop, in smart board and mobile, we are using a touchscreen interface with application directly touching. It's very easy. Touch and by hand. We are not giving some commands. We are no need to drag and drop. We just use our hand to touch, or we can use the stylus to drag the drag and use all the operations in the mobile and touch screen. The screen source very sensitive to pressure because it is works on a pressure based. A user interacts with the computer by touching pictures or words on the screen. And system software. It's a BIOS. BIOS means basic input and output system. It's commonly known as BIOS. So what are all the inputs and outputs you are performed in the systems or comes under BIOS? The BIOS is a boot firmware. Booting is the starting process. BIOS is a small program that controls various electronic devices attached to the main computer system. When you on the system, the first process is the BIOS. It's a booting process will happen by the BIOS. It is designed to be the first set of instruction. This is the first set of instruction run by a computer when the powered on, as I told you. The initial functions of the BIOS is to initialize system device such as the RAM, hard disk, DVD drive, video, display card, and other hardware. If the system is odd, means it's a manager. BIOS is a manager to be ready. The system is on. So driver is on, awning driver, video display card, and other hardwares. It will arrange all the components in the system in the ready mode, ready to access mode. And coming to device driver, a device driver is a system software. It's also a device driver is a system software that acts as an interface between the device and the user or the operating system. See, when you purchased a printer or a web camera or a scanner, there is one DVD or the CD come along with the drive. That is known as a there is a driver software installed. That is a driver software stored in that device in the disk. Before using the driver, we can install the driver software so that the driver software with the help of operating system and other application software it can communicate. It's a connection. That's driver software is a connection between the application software and the operating system, so that what is the task to be performed, it will run smoothly. Without the device driver, we can't perform, we can't use as the external devices. uh, Compiler means when you give the set of instruction programs, it will compile at the end. Interpreter means line by line checking. Application software. Application software runs on an operating system. It will runs on the operating system. It uses services of operating system to interact with the hardware. So it will only uses the operating system's functions, some services, and it will interact with the hardware. Okay, set of software to carry out specific tasks like creating documents, word processor. We are opening MS Office and we are creating some word processor document, calculation, spreadsheet, presentation, library management, database, right, reservation, everything we are doing. So with the help of operating system, this application software gains uses some services like storing, retrieving, like the some functions it's used. So it is of four type. Application software is of four type. One is utility software, general purpose software, customized software, and developer too. Now, utility software. Utility software for efficient working of a computer and other tasks like a text editor, to-do task, compression, disk defragmenter, antivirus. So these are the utility software. So utility software is nothing but to efficient work of a computer. Text editor for storing notes, message and codings, text editor is needed. And to do task to manage our work, we can use to do task. Compressions, if the file is too for file transfer, to reduce the file size mean compression is used, like a WinRAR, WinZip, these kind of compression softwares is used. And disk defragmented, this is the memory allocations. We are storing data, it will allocate in a different locations, and so much space is occupied. So to optimize the system performance, we can use this disk defragmenter. By using this, it will arrange in a order and removing the white spaces. And antivirus, like to protect our computer from the threats like virus, warn, Trojan horse, banking frauds, etc. The utility software antivirus is used. So text editor, to do task, compression, disk defragmenter, antivirus, all are utility softwares. For we general purpose software means all must install because it is a needed basic thing. Word processing, spreadsheet, presentation, database, everyone we can use this general purpose software. Apart from that, customized software means the individual organization, whether it is a restaurant or banking or hotel or hospital, whatever the it's a organization, depends on the organization's need, they can build some customized software for their own purpose. And developer tools. When a programmer starts the process of writing a program to develop software for any type of application, it's a series of software developing to like code editor, debugger, compiler. So this is a developer tools. So combination of editor, debugger and compiler in one software is a developer tool. These software develop another software. That is a developer tool. Okay. And that package is called as a integrated development environment. So we called it as a IDE is a integrated development environment. That is not a software, that is a software for making another software. That is a IDE. Popular development tools are NetBeans, Eclipse. These are the NetBeans, Eclipse, or Java. Uh, we can run a Java program in NetBeans, Eclipse, everything. And ideally, Visual Studio. These are some of the developer tools. Each IDE provides features of editor, compiler, debugger, automation tool, output window. Everything is put together. It will combine all the facilities in the IDE. We don't go to some other separate notepad and separate command prompt. No need for that output verifications. It is in a comes in a one single window. And compiler. Compiler are used to convert high level language to the machine language. What we are writing is a high level language. The computer doesn't understand the high level language, so it converts to machine language. It converts entire program, not only the single line. It will compile all the set of instruction. And finally it will encode the errors, because error must be recovered, then only the correct instructions is going to the system and you get the proper result. So error, it will generate one report of all errors with the line numbers, so it is easy to find out the errors. And it convert high level language code in machine code. If all errors are removed, once covered, we can directly execute program without interacting with the compiler. Once the error and the translation everything is over, we can see the result. An interpreter is a line by line checking. It's also same thing what the compiler is doing, but line by line check, immediate errors. If any error is occur, it stop the executions and report the error. So when we are typing line by line, it will display the error and immediately we can recover the error. And what is the difference between compiler and interpreter is it also convert high level language to machine language, but it's a compiler checking at the last in a one go. It will check, interpreter checking line by line, and it report all the errors after compilation, but interpreters immediately encounter, if the error is encountered, it will immediately at the same line. It execute program only when all errors are rectified. It convert and execute simultaneously. So when you are typing the program, immediately it will shows the error and it will show the output also according to what you are typing. And compiler is fast and interpreter is slow, and it takes less memory because after conversion compiler is not required in memory with execution, but interpreter more memory because interpreters require memory with every executions. So it's not suitable for debugging purpose, it's suitable for debugging. See, debugging we can easily do by using the interpreter, but compiler some difficult. So these are the difference between compiler and interpreter. It's all about types of software. Thank you all.